G'day all and welcome back to Freo Faithful today for the preview for tomorrow's clash against GWS at ENGIE Stadium. A game where it feels like every week we're saying it at this point, but we simply have to win. Falling to 4 and 6 would not be a good thing whatsoever and would really put our finals hopes in jeopardy in a season where, whether we overestimated our potential or not, in this stage of the season, going 4 and 6 would, if questions aren't already being asked of the higher ups at the club, they certainly will be if we lose this weekend. Despite the matchup being incredibly tough, we really have to put up a good effort and we really have to dig in for 4 points. If you remember the game at ENGIE last season against the Giants, we really weren't that far off. So it's not out of the realms of possibility that we give the Giants a good game and really give them a run for their money for the 4 points tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to have to dig in because they are coming off a fantastic win against Geelong. I watched that Giants-Cats game from start to finish, and oh my goodness, potentially game of the season. An unbelievable round of football. Look, I really didn't think we were very good against Collingwood, and I didn't think they punished us as much as they could have. But look, I think if we play like we did last week against the Giants away, we will get pummeled. So we've got to clean up on a few things that we've been lacking in the past few weeks. Let's first of all take a look at the teams. The Giants have made 2 changes. So Jake Stringer is out injured and Josiah Delana is omitted. Delana hasn't done a lot, and Stringer also hasn't had a great season. Coming in, Darcy Jones and Toby Bedford, 2 huge inclusions for the Giants. Out for us is Sean Darcy with that injury, and we've opted for Bailey Banfield. Now, obviously that means Luke Jackson moves to the ruck, and we have opted for the 4 talls, particularly last week and going into this week. But Banfield is sort of coming in as that 4th tall, and he's a bit more versatile, can play taller and smaller. I've had a look, and I'm going to assume either one of either him or Murphy Reid turn up as sub. So looking at the structure, I wouldn't be surprised if Murphy Reid cops the sub vest. Banners is another sort of impact player. There's been a few murmurs going around this week that Banners would be a nice addition as an impact player, but we also know that when he was in the team early this season, whenever he's been in the team the past few years, there's always been question marks over whether he really should be playing for Fremantle or AFL level. But that being said, excited to see what Banners can bring. He's been in the waffle for a few weeks and he's been in some great form. So if we're going to be consistent about us saying reward waffle form, well then the Bailey Banfield inclusion is the right decision. Let's look at the injury front because the Giants are missing a few key cogs. No pun intended, but the first guy they are missing is Cogs, Stephen Canelio. Brent Daniels also out, who tore us a new one late last year with our finals hopes on the line. Josh Kelly is out, and Jake Stringer is also out. Fremantle, we've obviously got that Sean Darcy injury. I don't think it's that bad. I think he might only miss this week and maybe next. I personally think Luke Jackson is the answer in the ruck. But look, I think when Sean Darcy's fit, he's going to be picked no matter what. Nat Fyfe's out for 2 weeks. Nathan O'Driscoll, 1 week. Jagger O'Meara, 4 weeks. Quinton Narkle, that new 8-week injury. Sam Sturt, 4 weeks. Brendan Walker, 9 weeks. Walters, 4 weeks. And Young, 11 weeks. By the way, that Nat Fyfe injury, he's just had 3 weeks shaved off his recovery. So he's progressing ahead of time. And at this stage in the season, Nat Fyfe's a walk up to our team at the moment. So really looking forward to getting Fyfey back. But yeah, that's the injury front. The list is building quite a bit. Let's take a look at how we win this game. It's going to be difficult. Last time I had this little confidence heading into a game of football was probably the Crows game. I probably had more confidence for the Pies game last week. I'm absolutely gutted of all confidence. Let's take a look at the keys to win, as I've just mentioned. First and foremost, I've watched a lot of GWS football this season, and their main sort of attacking threat is their movement off halfback. It is incredibly dangerous, and we've really got to be on top of it. They're so dynamic back there, and it's where most of their daring ball movement stems from. Lockie Ash, in particular, had an unbelievable game last week, building on a career best season, to be honest. He's been absolutely fantastic. Lockie Whitfield, yet again, going under the radar as a premier defender and ball user in the comp, as well as those athletic guys back there like Harry Himmelberg and Connor Ryden, who can push up and affect the game in their own different ways. And we sort of talk about our versatile backline with the Heath Chapmans and the Luke Ryans and the Josh Drapers, who can play tall and small and are very versatile. But the Giants are the absolute prototype of that backline that we're trying to build. The Himmelbergs and the Idens are so crucial to the makeup of that. You'll have Sam Taylor locking down Josh Tracy, who's having another unbelievable season. So, yeah, getting any form of or being able to stretch that Giants defense is going to be an incredibly difficult task on Saturday. We put up a reasonable score against them last season. It was really just our backs that let us down. We conceded over 100 points, and Jesse Hogan kicked 6, which is my next point. Now, while we are obviously going to have to put attention into Jesse Hogan, we have to be extremely wary of the other talent that the Giants possess in the forward half. I look back to the Bulldogs game in round 4, and being too Sam Darcy focused cost us a few late goals late in the game that left the door ajar for the Bulldogs. So I think we're just going to be very wary that we are going to come up against these absolute superstar key forwards, but we've got to be very wary of the sort of guys around them. Like, I don't think the Bulldogs' support for Sam Darcy is anywhere near as good as what the Giants have around Jesse Hogan. You've got Toby Green to worry about, Darcy Jones, Aaron Cadman, Jake Riccardi, Toby McMullen, Harvey Thomas. You've got so many names there that can do damage, and we've just got to be extremely wary of it. So, yeah, we've just really got to have our eye on that. And obviously, it's the reigning Coleman medalist, and he's probably going to win the Coleman this year. He's playing catch-up, but he's doing it incredibly quickly. And the last thing, it's something we've been pounding on about during the week, but effective entries inside 50. The line coaches and JL and whoever else are involved in this team must come up with something, because plus 29 inside 50s, equating to a 14-point loss, is deplorable, especially against a team like Collingwood, because if we pinch a win like that, that really sets us up for the next few weeks and sort of the rest of the season. So, and it just would give you a lot of confidence going into the rest of the season. So, yeah, really, really disappointing, to be honest, how that didn't translate to a bigger score or a different result. So, yeah, really frustrating. We've got the talent on the ground. We've got the daring ball users in the back half that, for some reason, in the second half on Thursday, just went into their shell. But we need to move the ball with there, and we need to show intent to kickstart that efficient attacking movement. Even out of the midfield, we need some better ball usage out of there, because a lot of the times it was a Caleb Sarong or a Matt Johnson just chucking dump kicks inside 50. I thought our really only 2 effective ball users out of the middle by foot on Thursday were Andy Brayshaw and Shea Bolton. So, yeah, we need some of the guys to really step up with their efficiency and just the way we move the ball. We've got to show some dare, because we've got the skill level to play the football that is required to be a successful team. We are just not showing it, and it's really frustrating when it is there to be played, especially when you're at the ground and you see the options and you see how we should be playing, and the players are just, I don't know. Is it a mental thing? Is it a coaching thing? I've got no idea, but we've got to get out of that rut of just kicking it side to side and letting Luke Ryan rack up 40 touches. My tip for this game, I've got the Giants by 20 points. I'm not confident at all. We are 0-4 at ENGIE Stadium all time. We don't have a good record here. It's a disgusting fixture, Giants at ENGIE. I really don't like going here. Personally, I don't like going there because we always lose, but just watching us here, it's never a great ground, never a great team to play, but we've got to pull something out. I'm expecting the Giants to win because on paper and on form, they really should be winning. That being said, they lost their last 3 before that win against Geelong on the weekend. So, look, form can turn around very, very quickly, and I'm sure if we manage to scalp a win on Saturday, then the media surrounding us throughout the week will be very, very different leading into a big game next Saturday night against Port Adelaide. So, look, tough run coming up before the bye, and scalping a win here would be so crucial for our confidence. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. I'm not filled with confidence. But that being said, there is always a chance we can find something. Leave your tip down in the comments. Leave your thoughts on the game down in the comments. I'll be live for the watch along on my channel if you want to come join me during the game to ride every single play. Make sure you do so. And then Saturday night, it'll be a Saturday night fan cams over here on Freo Faithful, dissecting the game, whether it's a win, loss, or draw. The fan cams have been so fun the past few weeks. We've had some shocking losses, but it's always good to get the fans sort of gauge, and we've had some funny characters in lately. So, make sure you come join, have a yarn about the game, and it's always much valued. Getting some new guys, some new sort of faces in the fan cams. So make sure you come join, no matter who you are. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next time. Up the Dockers. Hopefully we get the dub. Cheers.